Pat knows the end of his 21-year journey with prostate cancer is near. Pat has spent years of his life helping men and those who care for them cope with prostate cancer. Pat phoned into our monthly meeting to tell his story one last time, in the hope it would help others. We published this with Pat's permission. Apologies for the sound quality. It was not a good phone line.
All right then, thank you very much for having me. And I'm speaking because it might be my last time joining the conference. I'm paraplegic and I've got declining kidney function, and just how long it takes them to reach point zero, you don't know. Actually, they seem to be plateauing a bit at present, so I'm feeling generally pretty good, but bedridden. All right, I'll begin. I was diagnosed with a PSA of 24 in 2001, and then androgen, followed by radiation at John Flynn. My PSA dropped from 26 it was by then to 2. 2010, with the PSA rising, hormone therapy was resumed and lupin, and 2013 PSA doubled up to 38. I went on chemotherapy, Taxotere, and I had an elevated temperature in the first week, so the dose was reduced to 80%. And the PSA began to rise. Well, it dropped down to 4 with the chemotherapy, but it began to rise over the next 9 months. But my physical health generally improved, and we didn't want to do anything else until we had to. So it was 2015, I commenced Xtandi, and the PSA reduced to 4. So in general, I respond well to treatments. 2016 rising PSA, 2015 MRIs and CT scans, 2017 by November I'd got onto a Lutetium-177 trial. My wife Veronica was very active in contacting Joshua and Louise Emmett to make sure I got included in the trial. And I went down, as you'd know, first of all, I had to have good enough general health and bad enough cancer, so I qualified on both scores. I had a PSA of 170 when I started. And a PSMA scan showed that my pelvis and spine and ribs lit up like a Christmas tree with lesions. And so then from December 2017 to July 2018, I took flights funded by IPTAS down to St. Vincent's for 6 infusions of Lutetium-177, and my PSA almost halved at every treatment, so that was good. And good. My readings had been good throughout, but by then they weren't good enough for me to have any stents put in, and indeed my heart is quite okay for the job that I'm asking of it. But the kidneys started and continue to decline, so they're down to a reading of maybe, well, possibly below 10, and we decided we wouldn't go for any further treatment in relation to the kidneys. And so the kidney declined down to that level of something below 10. But it seems to have plateaued because I feel quite well. Bedridden because of the, particularly because of the being, what's the word I'm after? Anyway, I can't move below the waist. I feel nothing below the waist. So my bowels, bladder, and legs are quite useless as far as any control is concerned. And that's where I'm at in the hands, the very capable hands of Veronica's care and Silver Chain. They do a marvelous job. I've discovered there's a whole world of helping agencies out there that combine together to make it possible. And so I guess that's my story to this point. I actually initially thought in my mind that I'd have passed away by now, but no particular sign of that at present. And doctors told me to stop making guesses about how long I'll last. And so a couple of months, I'd imagine, that I've got, and I feel quite pretty peaceful about it all because I'm nearly 87, and will sort of have, as they say, a good innings, and that's where I am at the present.
Pat, where did the spinal cord compression start?
As a result of T10 and T9, I don't know whether you'd say they collapsed but were damaged to the point where they compressed the spinal cord. And so I can't feel anything below them.
And your wife, Veronica, how is she going?
I am a bit anxious if it keeps on going sort of longer than we initially projected. When I came home from St. Vincent's, Lismore to palliative care at home, the burden, kind of increases with time, and I don't want to burn her out. And anyway, nothing I suppose we can do about that.
And about pain?
Well, I've never had a lot of pain, and I didn't have pain then. So for me, it was all a good story. The only downside after each treatment was a period of vertigo. So I had to appear to be very affectionate towards my wife and hold on to her arm, getting around Sydney, from St. Vincent's back to our accommodation and so on. And it lasted for a number of days afterwards, but pain I didn't have. The only pain I had was at the onset of the, much later, the compression of the spinal cord. Now, I had some real pain then,
What about the future of the group, which you led for so long?
I wrote a farewell note to our local prostate cancer support group. I've been very involved in throughout the whole of my journey. Chairperson or convener some of the years. And I'm so pleased that a new batch of men are coming on, to take over leadership and active roles, because myself and the current chairman are both in dodgy health, and these new men are there to step into the breach. So, and the numbers at the first meeting of the year, we had 23, I think, that they had, which was a great relief to me. I thought the first meeting of the year, early in the month, there might be, 8 or something like that. So I'm pleased that the group looks as though it will continue on into the future.
Are you able to have visitors?
People drop in now and then. I prefer half-hour visits rather than 2-hour visits, but at least if the visit gets long, I can always plead tiredness and close my eyes, and people anyway depart. But
How are your days?
I get the day is pretty full. It's the nights that are the problem. You can have 8 hours on your own. I've just recently started taking a bit of diazepam. One tablet at least once in the night. Generally, Veronica gets up and changes my pad about 2 o'clock in the morning, because often there's been emotion by then. We've pretty much got the bowel motions into a pattern for the most part, and that's one of them. One at, say, 2 o'clock, and then one again at 7 o'clock in the morning generally does it. In between, there can be some hours of thinking about things with nothing else to do. And just to say again, I feel quite at peace about it all. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, Pat, I can't really say thanks enough for coming on and doing this. It will be a great comfort, probably to most men and their partners on this call, and to others we tell the story to. Thank you.
Good.
We wish you and Veronica all the best.